Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hamish Tyler. I'm here at Seaside's high school stadium for the big Seaside Spartans versus the Palma Chieftains ball game. And alongside me is Lewis Leader. Lewis was at one time one of the editors at the Monterey Peninsula Herald and has had enormous experience throughout his journalistic career. Thank you for all of your support and help, Lewis. And this is the MCAET broadcast of that's MCAET Channel 26. Seaside Spartans and the Palma Chieftains. Palma Chieftains are coached by Jeff Carnasso. And Coach Carnasso has had since 2004, has had a fantastic career. And Palma is extremely well coached, excellent high school team with tremendous tradition. And the same can be said for Seaside High School. And Seaside is coached by Coach Alfred Avila. And here's the opening kickoff. And the ball comes down short, and it looks like Jelani Garnett took a kind of a sort of the safe route there with a fair catch. So it's 1st and 10 for the Palma Chieftains, who won the toss. Again, we're here at the Seaside High School football field here on a somewhat chilly Friday evening. Okay, Jack Tardo, the quarterback, Jack Tardo for the Palma Chieftains. Excuse me, that was Austin Wall who took the opening kickoff for free catch. And here's the snap from center. The ball's handed off inside. That looks like it's to the running back there was trying to catch that number, and it picks up a few yards, and that was Marcus Washington on the carry. That'll bring up looks like about a 2nd down 6 for the Palma Chieftains, going from our right to our left, from east to west toward the ocean. Here's Tardo again with a I formation backfield. He turns around and hands off inside. That looks like it's Washington again. That's Marcus Washington scrambling forward. That's going to bring up a 3rd down. That's the Seaside Spartan defense has been exceptionally resilient so far. That was no gain on that carry off right tackle from Marcus Washington. Jack Tardo, again up over the ball as the Palma Chieftain quarterback. He's got it looks to his left and throws wide to the left. The intended receiver out there was Chris Vargas. The ball was a little overthrown. As you may have noticed, excuse me, Mr. Tardo is left-handed. So that brings up a 4th down for the Palma Chieftains, and they will be punting. And back deep, I believe, is Joseph Jakubowski. Back deep to receive the kick. Palma was a little bit short-handed there. Running into the lineup comes Martin Zernicki. And the Palma Chieftains are ready to go. First quarter, no score. And here's the punt. The punt is long and calling for a fair catch. It looks like it was bobbled momentarily, but I think the Seaside Spartan was on top of that. Who is that? That is limping off. That's Cordell Reed. As you can see here on the replay from the guys in the booth, thank you very much. The ball was an end over end, and the receiver misplayed that a little bit. Anyway, it's a 1st and 10 for the Seaside Spartans. Michael Turner is the quarterback. That's inside. Turner keeps it himself and rolls right and picks up a very nice gain. That looks like that's going to be a 1st down, and is a 1st down. The ref's calling for good gain by Michael Turner, quarterback. That'll bring up, it looks like that was I'm looking for ref's call here. That's a 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Turner barking signals, turns and hands off inside. That's to 20 Kenny Parker. Parker slashes forward off right guard. It looks like he's picked up a few, maybe 2. That'll bring up for the Seaside Spartans. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Seaside Spartans versus the Palma Chieftains. Big battle. They're not in division, but these are two extremely tradition-laden ball clubs. Okay. That's a snap directly back to Parker. Parker sweeps to the right and picks up really good yardage. That's Kenny Parker. He took a direct snap in the Mustang or various different ways to interpret that as a kind of a power old wing T looking play, power off right. Marcus Turner at quarterback, and of course his brother Ronald Turner is number 14. Marcus is a senior, a transfer from Edward Alvarez, as is his brother Ronald. And barking the signals, but he's got 2 backs in the backfield. Drops to his left, and the ball is was deflected, but it looks like it was picked up, and that's who was that? That was Jakubowski, who took that deflected pass. Okay, there was a second. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8. It looks like 2nd and 9, long yardage. Okay. Turner with 3 receivers to the right side. Looks like he might be changing the call. It's a 2nd and about 8 for the Spartans. Turner drops back, throws over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. That was intended for Devereaux Evans, wide receiver running back. You can see Turner comes up into the pocket and throws the ball a little off to the right. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Spartans, and joining the offense a little late is Kenny Parker. He picks up this call from Marcus Turner, quarterback, senior quarterback. Back to pass as Turner looks, throws, and completes it to his brother, and his brother picks up good yardage. That was on a 3rd and long play for the Seaside Spartans, and that's going to be a 1st down. That was the Turner to Turner connection. It looks like we may have a penalty on the play. So we do, in fact, have a penalty on the play. So it looks like that's going to be coming back. It looks like it was a holding penalty. Let's see. No, that was an illegal chop block by a Spartan. So that's going to negate that really good pass play and 1st down yardage. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. And that's a rule instituted to protect these youngsters out there from low blocks that are potentially very dangerous for knees. Okay, Turner back. He's all alone in the backfield. He drifts to his right, throws over the top to the running back, Mario Cook. Mario Cook picks up some pretty good yardage. Looks like it's close to a 1st down, as you can see. It is a 1st down for the... No, I guess it's 4th down. That's right. They were a little short. The penalty is a costly penalty, but it looks like they're going to go for it. There's Turner alone in the backfield with 3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. It's an empty backfield along with Turner. Takes the snap, good protection, and he's going to run. He's got a little room. He cuts up field, and he will be very close to the first down. That'll depend on the ref's marking. You could see opened up, and with Turner's superior speed. And by the way, he's a tall young man. He's 6'3", 6'4", a remarkable athlete, good feet, and good poise as in that quarterback position. So what is the call here? So I guess we've got another penalty. So that will, again, negate a rather substantial gain from Marcus Turner. And it, it was a penalty, a first down, and then an unnecessary roughness penalty was tacked on. So it's first down for the Spartans, and it'll be about a 1st and 20. Turner back to pass. He has good protection. Rolls away from Palma and throws incomplete to Mario Cook. There looked like a little bit of hesitation as big for the Palma Chieftains. Big Jack Powers putting on a whole lot of pressure. And Jack is at 6'6" and close to 250 pounds. That's a rather large young man, senior, outstanding ball player. We saw him last year. Looks like we've got another penalty here. That's a holding against Seaside, and that's going to put him even further back. This is going to bring up second and I guess it's first and a whole bunch. Looks like about first and about 34 yards. Okay. Here's Turner back to pass. Looks, throws to his right, and the ball is almost intercepted by Nick Marquez from Palma. There's another penalty down, another penalty flag. We've had successive penalties on the last 5 plays. Again, we're here at the Seaside High School Stadium on a chilly Friday night. Lots and lots of folks here to see a really good, 2 well-coached Monterey County ball clubs. You're listening to and viewing MCAET Channel 26. So that's a second. Bring up a second down, and again, a whole bunch for the Spartans. There, as you can see, we're in the first quarter. No score. And here's Turner back to pass, being pressured out of the throws long, and it's incomplete to receive the Ronald Turner battling back there with, it looked like Marcus Washington, both battling for the ball. And it fell incomplete. That's going to bring up a third in half a mile for the Seaside Spartans. So Michael Turner has absolutely he's going to keep throwing here. Again, rolls to his right, throws across his body, and the ball was that complete? It looked like it. Let's take a look and see if Devereaux Evans it looked like it was complete. However, it's going to bring up a 4th down. So that's the 4th down for the Palma Chieftains with the aid of half a dozen penalties are going to punt back to the Palma Chieftains. Seaside, the kicker is none other than Michael Turner. And the ball bounces around, takes a Palma bounce, and is finally brought down by Mario Cook for the Seaside Spartans. No score, won the first quarter. Seaside put on an impressive first possession drive, but it was thwarted by numerous penalties. No score. Palma Chieftains were 3 and out in their first series of downs, led by senior quarterback Jack Tardo. Tardo's left-handed, looks to his left, turns, and is an inside handoff. That's to, it looks like Marcus Washington. No, that was Brandon Oliveras. Brandon Oliveras picks up a good 7-yard gain. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. As that time the Palma Chieftain offensive line fired out and opened up a hole for Oliveras. Here's Tardo calling signal, strong to the left. There's a pitch out coming wide, and Oliveras that time is stopped for little or no gain. A host of Seaside Spartans. Seaside, as you can see here, strung the play out really nicely, and coming up from Samson Tonga, came up from behind, and along with a few of his linebacker friends, Colby Osterberg, to put a stop on the Palma Chieftains. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about 3. 3rd and 3. Tardo again, left-handed. He's going to be strong to his left side. He's in a shotgun. Senior quarterback led up to the line of scrimmage by Spencer Seeley. And that looks like maybe we have a timeout here for the Palma Chieftains. Again, there's no score. We're in the first quarter. And we'd like to thank, in particular, Principal Mary White and her staff for being so accommodating tonight in the ball game. So here we are. The Spartans looking at a 3rd down in a straight I formation. Inside handoff to Oliveras, and he squirts forward and picks up some good yardage. But I'm not that. Well, okay. What happened is this is the 2nd down play as he picks up not quite a 1st down. So again, we're looking at a 3rd and about 3 for the Palma Chieftains. There's a fumble on the snap. It looks like Tardo got the fumble back, but that certainly is going to put a crimp in Palma's drive here. So that will bring up a 3rd, and it looks like about a long 5 yards. 3rd and 5 for the Palma Chieftains. Here's Tardo in a shotgun. In motion is and now we do have a timeout as the Palma Chieftains want to talk over this big 3rd and 5 play. And they sent Austin Wall that time in motion, and it looked like there could have been a 2-man in motion, and rather than risk a penalty, Jack Tardo called, and the Jeff Carnazzo's coaching team calls a timeout. Palma is 4-0-1 over Seaside in their history, including a 42-6 victory over Seaside last year. The two teams tied 21-21 in 2009. Palma's record, they beat Mountain View 12-7 and lost to St. Joseph Santa Maria 22-7. Here it is, big 3rd down play. Tardo barking out the signals, and in motion comes Marcus Washington, and I don't think he made it. I think the Spartans have held. We'll wait for the official call, and yes, it is. It's a 4th down. So looks like the Chieftains will kick it away, and they're on about their own, looks like 40-yard line. Okay, so we're looking at a 4th down as the Seaside Spartans have held and are about to get the ball back. And the punt is they're going to let it bounce, as that was Joseph Jakubowski, and Jakubowski let it roll. We're in the first quarter, no score, and I'm not too sure what I'm looking at right here. Oh, that's the replay of the previous down in which Marcus Washington was in fact stopped short. First down for the Spartans, and they're going east, and the Palma Chieftains are going west, and they're kind of going into a breeze. It's not real windy. It's a little bit on the chilly side as the fog has come in here in Seaside. And here's Michael Turner, the quarterback for Salinas, and centers up over the ball. And again, we've got two receivers to the left and to the right, one back. Turns inside. This is a handoff inside to Kenny Parker. Parker comes up with little or no gain. As you can see, he tries to go off right tackle, but he's slowed down. And Sean Robeson, outside linebacker, defensive end, had good position and came up to make the tackle. So that'll bring up second and looks like about 9. And the Spartans come up with Turner to the right, 2 to the left, 2 receivers. Looks to his right, throws over the middle, and the ball's incomplete. I guess the best receiver in that play was the Palma Chieftains, as Michael Turner that time overthrew his intended receiver. Frankly, I think that ball should have been intercepted. Anyway, that brings up a third down and about 9. And here's Michael Turner with his brother Ronald to the right. Devereaux Evans is the lone back. Throws out to the wide right. That's Jelani Garnett. Garnett with the reception. You watch, and it was a nice pass, somewhat of an unorthodox delivery. Kind of throws against his body a little bit with his footwork. But it's complete. It's first down, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Again, back to pass. Here's Turner. He looks long. Looks long down here and it's, I'm not sure what that was. It was a completion, and hopefully we've got that on replay. That was to Joseph Jakubowski. That was a long 40-plus yard reception. Here it is. He sets up, this time with good footwork, and a really nice pass way downfield here. And I think it just eludes our cameraman. But Joseph Jakubowski, beautiful play. This time sweeping to his left, it is Turner, and he's very close to a score. Looks like he's out of bounds, shoved out of bounds at around about the 10-yard line. So that time an improvised sweep by Michael Turner. That's a first down, and it looks like they're outside of the 10-yard line. Looks like they might be able to get a first down inside Palma territory. Big drive here, no score, first quarter. Here's Michael Turner, sweeping right to his right, stiff arms a man, and is brought down by Nick Leavenworth. And Nick is a senior, makes a good, sure tackle here on Michael Turner. Okay, or was that Ricky Castro? It was one of the two in the backfield there. Here's Turner getting his call from Coach Avila, and we've got a third down here, and again they can make a first down. They're in the red zone, in the scoring zone. This time Turner throws out to Jelani Garnett, and it's incomplete. He was open. The pass was a little high. Usually the rule of thumb is you get your hands on it, you can catch it. It was kind of frankly down in that dark end of the end zone. And this is a fourth down, and of course the Michael Turner and the Spartan and company will go for it. Here's Turner back. He looks, he throws over the middle, and he's got Joseph Jakubowski. Jakubowski, nice pass, led him perfectly out in front, and he beat Ricky Castro on just an inside move. Quickness from Joseph Jakubowski. Jakubowski is a senior. He's a wide receiver and a running back, and of course he also is a DB. So he's also holding, and I notice also in the roster here that Jakubowski is a quarterback as well. So you never know, in that holding position he could step up and throw a pass. So with Seaside out in front, a couple of beautiful passes thrown by Michael Turner to Joseph Jakubowski, putting him in position here, and then a couple of scrambles as well from Turner, and Palma Chieftains find themselves trailing 6-0. And I would have to say, and I'm sure Lewis is in agreement with me, that given their tradition and so here's the touchdown pass. As you could see, Castro with leaning out trying to deflect the ball, but an excellent pass right there. Folks would have to deduce that probably Palma is the favorite tonight, and so in for the extra point attempt. Jakubowski will be holding for Daryl Choates, and the kick is down, and it's no good. It's wide to the left. Okay, a look at the scoreboard shows the Seaside Spartans 6 and Palma Chieftains nothing. Coach Avila told us before the game that Palma has a lot of size, is a real powerhouse, extremely well coached, and doesn't make any mistakes. And as you can see the scoreboard there, 6-0. And I'm thinking that we saw a little bit of some previous action there. Well coached, and he thinks a lot of Coach Carnazzo. This is the extra point that went wide, and wide left into the night. And Coach Avila said that he expects to see a defensive battle, and we'll see. Here's again the touchdown, and I'm pretty certain Ricky Castro doesn't want to see that anymore. Anyway, excellent pass, excellent reception, and here's the kickoff. And it's long and it's deep, and it's taken by and a fumble, and bringing it back, it looks like that's Oliveras. We'll get a look, and it was a high end over end and short kick that was hard to handle, and as you can see, the Chieftain went back, picked it up, and actually made a little something out of very little. He was knocked out of bounds by Jelani Garnett. So that'll bring up a first down at about the 30-yard line for the Palma Chieftains. Tordo hands off inside. This is to Brandon Oliveras. He's a running back and a defensive back. He's a junior. And Brandon brought down there by a great tackle. That's against Samson Tonga. Okay, Tonga with great speed, seems to be all over the place. Okay, here's Tardo breaking out signals. turns hands, no, he fakes it and throws out here into the flat, and that pass is caught by Sean Robinson. That will be, it looks like it might be enough for a first down, and is in fact a first down for the Chieftains. Again, we're looking at Seaside Spartans 6, Palma Chieftains nothing. And there's a timeout on the field as the two teams, again, we're in the first quarter, and we are at the Seaside Stadium in Seaside, California. It's a little on the chilly side. It definitely feels like fall. Uncharacteristically, Palma has in the last couple of games given up quite a bit of yardage. Their defense has normally been one of the best in the county and the region, as a matter of fact. And I guess Coach Carnazzo is experimenting. He's trying to find the right mixture. And again, much to Mr. Castro's dismay, we're seeing that touchdown again. And to see the timing, excellent timing that went into all that. That, by the way, was the end of the first quarter, with Seaside leading 6-0. Well, the Palma Chieftains have the ball. Let's see if their offense can get going. And slight adjustment there at the line of scrimmage. Tardo barks out the signals. Turns, hands inside to Oliveris. Oliveris off left end. He picks up, looks like maybe 5 yards. As he was met by a host of Spartans over there, and some excellent, outstanding tackle. Excellent work out there by the outside linebackers. Seaside, as folks you can see, is especially their defensive line. They're not necessarily really big, but they are quick, they're fast, and they're giving the Palma Chieftains all they can handle. Here we go, second down and about 6. Handoff inside to Oliveris, and he is stopped cold in his tracks, and that outstanding tackle was by David Maposua. What a hit that was. That'll make you think. Okay, it's bringing up a third and 6. There was absolutely no gain on that play, as David Mapusa let his presence be known. Here we go, third and long. Here's Tardo, back to pass, looks long, he throws out and throws wide right, and pass was incomplete. Watch the footwork, and in his face was Tino Tatulo, and the ball falls incomplete. So that brings up a fourth down, and this was a very impressive sequence from Seaside. I'm especially impressed with their defensive line and how quick they are. Again, people like Colby Osberg, and the defensive line is truly outstanding. Fourth down, Palma will punt the ball. There's a good kick. Jakubowski calls for a fair catch and takes it, and it's first down for the Spartans, and it looks like it's on their own about 25-yard line. So Michael Turner comes in with his set, along with Devereaux Evans and Mario Cook, and of course his brother Ronald Turner. First down for Seaside. Seaside is ahead. Jakubowski out to the right. He scored the lone touchdown of the game. Turner looks, scrambles to his right. He's going to run with it, and he picks up some pretty good yardage. Again, Michael Turner is, as you can see when they get into the huddle, He's one of the biggest kids, and he can scramble, and he's hard to bring down. Excellent athlete. Again, he was a transfer last year from the Edward Alvarez program, he and his brother. So you can see Jelani Garnett out, and Jelani Garnett and Mario Cook. Inside handoff, and that looks like that is Kenny Parker for no gain. Kenny Parker for no gain. So that'll bring up, looks like a second down. Oh, there'll be whoa, there was a fumble there. And it looks like, yes, Palma. Let's see what the call is here. Anyway, Palma's got the ball. No? It was an odd kind of jump cut there in the truck. So let's look at it again. Parker fumbled the ball, and the Spartans have it. But that's Joseph Jakubowski, the ball carrier, and he picks up some good yardage, and that's a first down for the Seaside Spartans. I'm not really certain what went on there. There was some kind of jump cut with the tape, I think. But anyway, the Spartans still have the ball, ahead 6-0. Here's a long pass downfield from Turner with the intended receiver was Mario Cook, but it was long. Notice how he kind of throws it flat-footed, and I'm sure that the coaches will work on that. He's got an exceptionally strong arm. So this is Michael Turner. He's a senior. He's he kicks. He plays defense. He's the quarterback. Snap. Here's the ball. Handoff inside. Looked like that was Kenny Parker again. No gain. Inside, as you could see, the good penetration from big Jack Powers on the tackle. That's kind of a formidable defensive end. When you look up there and see big Jack Powers at 6'7", 240 some odd pounds, that's a formidable looking defensive end. Back to pass. Here comes Powers. Throw is over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted that time. That was Sean Robeson. And as you could see, there it was. The ball was overthrown to Joseph Jakubowski, and Turner made the tackle. That was an overthrown ball that's led to an interception and tremendous field position here for the Palma Chieftains. We're in the second quarter, and there's the Spartans lead Palma 6-0. Okay, one of the handicaps is where we are. I have trouble seeing the scoreboard, so I'm not really certain what time is left here in the second quarter. There's a handoff that time, wide sweeping to the left was Marcus Washington. That's no gain, and in fact probably has lost a few yards. Yes. Outstanding penetration that time by, you guessed it, Michael Turner. Smelled out that play and came up and made the hit. It looks like Coach Avila has and staff has really scouted the Palma Chieftains. Kind of no surprises here. Second, and here's a quarterback draw. What a tremendous tackle in there by 57. And that's David Mapuswa. Again, look at that tackle. So Mapuswa, excellent tackle. Okay, so the Palma Chieftains, after an interception by Sean Robeson, excellent field position, but so far haven't been able to penetrate the end zone yet. Okay, here's back to pass. Tardell looks to his left, throws, and Is it complete? It is. It's complete. Down to, no, it's incomplete. Tardeau's intended receiver out there was, it looked like Austin Wall. So that brings up for the Palma Chieftains it looks like a long 10 yards or so. It's a fourth down. They have to go for it. And Tardeau fakes a handoff inside. He's pressured. He throws long. Had a man open. The man open in the end zone, as we can see here on the instant replay. Tardeau looks off. He throws back over here to his left. Again, he's a left-handed quarterback. He's going to be strong that side, and just overthrows his intended receiver. So the ball goes over on downs to the Seaside Spartans. They held after the turnover, after the interception by Robeson. It's now the Spartans' ball. Okay, Turner in the shotgun with a spread offense. Looks out to his left and overthrows the intended receiver. As you can see, Garnett was the intended receiver, but it was that ball could have been intercepted. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Turner a little long on that pass attempt. So with the clock stopped here with the incomplete pass, this is, again, Turner back to pass. Looks to his right, runs up the middle, throws, and it's complete to Garnett. Jelani Garnett, junior wide receiver and defensive back, makes the grab. He found the little crease in the zone, in Palma's zone, and Turner got him the ball. First down for the Spartans. And again, the spread offense that Turner's running extremely well. No, actually it was a little short of the first down. Garnett was a little short, so that'll bring up a 3rd and about 1. Inside, this is a snap directly back to, goodness, is that a fumble? That was to Kenny Parker, and he picked up a block from Turner, but it's short. So it's a 4th down, 4th and 1 for the Spartans, and they're going to have to kick away. They're deep in their own territory. That means that Michael Turner, will come in for the punt. Of course, he is also the quarterback, and he can fake it and put the ball down and run or pass the ball. But it looks like they're going to kick it, and they do. They kick it away. Fair catch called for by the Palma Chieftains. That was Nick Leavenworth. And the Chieftains will take over on their own 35-yard line. We're in the second quarter. The score is, at this point, the score is the Seaside Spartans 6, Palma nothing. This is MCAET 26, the Friday Night Lights, Palma Chieftains versus the Seaside Spartans. And the Spartans are looking ready for a major upset. Jack Tardeau, the quarterback, barks out the signals. First down for Palma. Handoff inside, and that's Oliveras. He picks up a few, maybe 5 or 6 yards, bringing up a 2nd and a long 5, maybe 6 yards. 2nd and 6. 6-0, Palma, second quarter. As you see Coach Avila pacing the sidelines. He puts on his headset, pacing back and forth. This is a big game for both ball clubs. Both are ranked in the top 10 in our area, ball clubs, and Palma's rated number 1. Here's Tardeau looks to his, throws a little swing pass out here to Robeson. Robeson picks up some good yards, and that will more than likely be a first down for the Chieftains. This is a good play, mainly because, as you can see, the Spartans are so quick and they drop back quickly into zone coverage that they're able to take advantage of the quickness here of the Spartans. And Robeson with a big first down for the Palma Chieftains. Maybe they can get on track now. Tardo hands off inside and fighting for some yardage in there is Brandon Oliveras, but boy, there's just not a whole lot. Oliveras looks like he's got some really good foot speed, but he can't get uncorked. As you can see, that big and very mobile defensive line for the Spartans is giving fits to this experienced offensive line of the Chieftains. Okay, this is Tardo back to pass, and he's throws incomplete out here to the intended receiver was Chris Vargas, and the ball's I'm afraid our cameraman got faked out a little bit, but the excellent play fake, but a Spartan was right in the face of Jack Tardo, and that brings up a third and long. The receiver was momentarily open, but the pressure put on out there by the Spartans forced Tardo into a bad throw. Third down long. Here's Tardo, throws out again to the sidelines. That is Austin Wall. Austin Wall is their big play guy, and so far the Spartans have kept him more or less under control. This time, coming up to make the tackle was Delaney Garnett, and Garnett is really quick, folks, and he came out of his defensive secondary position from left to right to make that big stop. Fourth down for the Chieftains, and they're going to have to kick again. So the ball is snapped, and here's the punt. The punt on their own 30, and it's not an especially good kick. Ball rolls dead, and it'll be first down for the Spartans. As you can see, frankly, for Tino Tartulo was kind of being held there, but fortunately for the Chieftains, nobody saw that. Anyway, the Spartans will take over, and it looks like it's on their own 30-yard line. So here's Michael Turner, wide, two receivers, wide left and wide right. Turner looks right, looks left, has time, turns and throws back out here to Ronnie Turner, who stiff arms and fights his way for additional yardage. That's an excellent gain, and it looked like at the end of that play there were some face mask violations, and Austin Wall, and as you can see, the mobility here of Michael Turner out to Ronald Turner, who has completely turned around Chris Vargas and Austin Wall, and it looks like Wall maybe inadvertently grabbed hold of the face mask, and that'll be an additional 15 yards for the Spartans. That's a big turn of events. Great big long pass gainer, and puts the Seaside Spartans in excellent field position. Here's the General Michael Turner coming up with the plays, checking it out on his wrist, the various different play combinations. Out wide to the left is Jelani Garnett with great speed. Turn a handoff inside to Parker. Parker squirms through and picks up maybe 3-4 yards on first down. As you can see, it was kind of a counter play, misdirection, and that's picked up a few yards. I think the running attack for the Spartans is mainly to keep folks honest so that Michael Turner can do his magic with the passing game. Okay, Turner back again to pass. Looks out to his right. He completes the pass to Garnett. Garnett maybe picks up 5 or 6 yards on that pass completion. You can see in excellent position, and that's the defensive back is Armando Castellanos for the Palma Chieftains. I think the Spartans have decided that they have an advantage possibly in working the DBs and Palma's cornerbacks and their safeties, as the Spartans have definitely demonstrated some superior speed. Looks like we have a timeout on the field as the Spartans call timeout. And the coaching staff wanting to talk with their respective teams on defense and on offense. Again, we're at Seaside High School, and we're seeing that last completion to Garnett, the play before. We're at Seaside High School, and the score, as you can see on the scoreboard, with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first half, is Seaside 6, Palma 0. Palma hasn't really been able to get on track offensively, and this was one of the big plays. Turner scrambling to his left, sets up, and then almost throws a kind of sidearm pass out to his brother. Maybe they worked on that in the backyard, but anyway, Ronald Turner able to break for a big one, and then a silly mistake at the end of, very uncharacteristic, frankly, of a Palma Chieftain. That 15-yard face mask penalty added another 15 yards. So the Spartans are in pretty darn good position here. Good field position. And up over the ball. Here we go. 2 minutes left in the half. Turner looks and throws it. And looks, he's got it. It's a touchdown. Touchdown to his brother, Ronald Turner. Look at this pass, folks. And perfect position, threading the needle in between Austin Wall and Zach Penziera, it looks like. And it looked like one of the Chieftains lost his footing, and that's all that Mr. Turner needed. Turner to Turner. That sounds like a good combination. One's a junior and the other's a senior. Ronald's the junior. He'll be back next year. And frankly, Michael, that's a bad snap on the extra point. That's going to be no good. So I guess the only thing that hasn't gone right for Seaside so far have been the extra points. One was wide left, and that was a bad snap. Looks like they were going for 2, but it was over the head of Joseph Jakubowski. So again, we look at the scoreboard with less than 2 minutes to play in the first half. It's Seaside 12 and the Palma Chieftains 0. You're listening and viewing MCAET 26 is a Friday Night Lights. This is football, high school football, all around the country. It's one of those traditions, one of those community kind of things that draws everybody together. And it's the first of this year, the collaboration that we have with the Monterey Herald and John Devine. This is the first of, we hope, many, many more broadcasts that MCAET 26 will be bringing. Here's the kickoff. It's short, picked up there by the short man, and that's Marcus Washington, and he's knocked out of bounds. It looks like a flag comes flying in there. Let's watch this. That was a short kick. Washington moving left to right, and it could be and maybe a little extracurricular activity on the sideline. Anyway, let's see what the refs call here. It is indeed a penalty against the Spartans. It could be an unnecessary roughness on the out of bounds play. So we're nearing the end of the first half with the score Seaside 12, Palma nothing. And this is Jack Tardo, and looking to score quick here. Looks to his left, throws out to the left flat, and the ball's incomplete. That was intended out there. He just was running before he had it. That looked like that was Sean Robertson. Anyway, it's a 2nd and 10 now for the Chieftains, trying to get on the scoreboard before the end of the half. And Spartan defense for Seaside have been exceptional so far. Okay, Tardo, back to pass, looks to his left, throws long, too long. That was intended for Austin Wall. Again, there he's their big play man. You could see the double pump there from Tardo attempting to look off the receiver. But Austin Wall has quite a group with him. They know that he's a big playmaker, but it looks like there was a penalty on the play. Yes, it was. It was defensive pass interference. So even though they had good position on him, looked like one of the Seaside defensive backs pushed off. That gives Palma good field position with time running out here at the end of the first half. Tardo back to pass, looks, fakes inside, hands off. Oh, that inside handoff to Marcus Washington, that's a disastrous call. That's going to be a substantial loss. And all the way back to the 40-yard line, bringing up 2nd and close to 15 yards. But time is of the essence now if Palma wants to get onto the scoreboard before the end of the first half. Up over the ball. No, Tardo will take it in the shotgun. In motion is Wall. And he looks to Wall. He's covered. Going to throw long and deep and into the end zone. And it's incomplete. The ball was it intercepted? It's hard to tell down in that end zone just exactly what happened, but it looks like it may have been intercepted by Michael Turner. So you had battling for the ball Nick Marquez and Michael Turner. And it looks like Michael Turner has in fact intercepted the ball. Outstanding play. First down for the Chieftains. However, they're deep in their own territory. They have to be careful they don't get a safety out of this. So they're going to have to make very certain they can run out the clock and get out of that precarious position there. Inside handoff, and not a whole heck of a lot there for Kenny Parker, if anything. Picked up maybe a little bit of breathing room, maybe half a yard. Again, the key thing for the Chieftains is to get them pinned back here and hopefully get a safety and or force them into punting, try to block the punt or take over here and score before the end of the first half. For the Spartans, they got to get out of this trouble. And again, handoff inside, a real quick handoff, not a whole lot. As you can see, a host of Palma Chieftains, led there by Delve Manzour. Maybe another half a yard. There's a timeout on the field, a timeout by the Chieftains. Okay, with seconds remaining in the second quarter, And with the Spartans deep in their own territory and the clock running out, it's interesting to note as time runs out here on the first half that the line of scrimmage, in our estimation, especially on the defensive side, has been almost totally dominated by the Seaside Spartans. At halftime, Coach Jeff Carnazzo is going to really have to address that, or the Spartans are going to be in the driver's seat. Here we are, this third down, and I would say, a long 5 yards, deep in their own territory, seconds left in the first half. Handoff inside, it looks like struggling for some yardage. There is Kenny Parker. And I think that's just, we have about 30 seconds remaining. Probably long enough to get a punt off, as the last timeout has been taken, I believe, by the Palma Chieftains. So this will bring up a 4th and 4 deep in their own territory. Obviously, the Spartans will go ahead and punt the ball. Again, your final waning moments of the first half, and the Spartans are going to kick, and more than likely out of their own end zone. And I believe that the Chieftains, well, no, it looks like they're lining up here for a play, and nobody's deep. And it looks like they'll put a rush on. No, back deep now is Michael Turner, and he is going to kick the ball. He sort of pooches it out, and it takes a real great Seaside high school bounce. And I believe that will be the end of the first half. And we can see again the kick in slow motion. It takes a tremendous Michael Turner with a very, very good kick out of his own end zone. That's a good 50-yard kick with an auspicious roll. So with a look at the scoreboard here in the waning moments of the first half, maybe the Spartans or the Chieftains will be able to get off one more play, and we'll see the lining up, and possibly for the last play of the quarter are the Palma Chieftains. And here's Turner rolling to his right, throwing downfield, and the ball is complete. That's complete to Marcus Washington. And scrambling up to the line of scrimmage really quickly, and he downs the ball. Jack Tardo downs the ball and stops the clock. And again, with seconds left, the Palma Chieftains trying to get on the scoreboard, with Seaside leading 12-0. Jack Tardo comes up to the line of scrimmage, and possibly close to the end of the half here. Back to pass, looks, throws deep into the end zone, it looks like, and the ball was intended for Austin Wall, and it falls incomplete, and that's the last play of the half. So again, watching Jack Tardo throw into the end zone. The ball travels close to 50 yards in the air, with Austin Wall, the playmaker for the Chieftains, in the end zone. The ball just falls incomplete, as unfortunately our camera fellas couldn't get a close-up of that, but it was close. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hamish Tyler. I'm here with Lewis Leader, and we're in the Seaside High football field, and this is the freshman football game. We're preparing to bring the big varsity ball game to you, hopefully within the next hour or so, and it's getting a little chilly. Lots of folks here, lots of excitement, and Lewis, we're absolutely pleased to have you with us.
Well, Hamish, thanks very much. I'm really pleased to be here. It should be a fine game. We've got Seaside 2-0 going against Palma, which is 1-1. Palma lost a game to St. Joseph down in the south area last week, kind of a surprise. Meanwhile, Seaside's been rolling along with a 2-0 record and beat a very strong Soquel team. So it should be a very interesting game. It's a non-league game. League play begins next week. And we're hoping the game gets off before too late tonight, because I only brought 4 other jackets. So we'll just see how it goes.
Okay, and we're also waiting to talk with Dr. Mary White, who's the principal here at Seaside High. And Dr. White has performed minor miracles in turning around a somewhat underachieving Seaside High School, and has made a tremendous difference in the attitude and the accomplishments, and has made a world of difference for us. So hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to Dr. Mary White, and as we get ready for the big football game coming up in a few moments. You know, Lewis, one of the, I don't believe I've ever, in my 40 some odd years here on the peninsula and following high school football, I don't think Palma's ever lost 2 in a row.
They did a number of years ago to a couple of powerhouses up in the Bay Area, and then went on and had a tremendous season. And in looking at the statistics, Seaside has never beaten Palma. Palma's 4-0-1, so Seaside's going to be looking for its first win over Palma. You've got the 2 very fine coaches and gentlemen in Alfred Avila and Jeff Carnazzo. Jeff's with Palma, Alfred's with Seaside. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's an early season test for both teams.
Again, we look forward to the big game coming up in a few minutes. And this Hamish Tyler and Lewis Leader for MCAET Channel 26. We're here with Dr. Mary White, this Hamish Tyler, and we're getting ready for the big Palma versus Seaside game. And I want to acknowledge Dr. White and Mary in the circles, educational circles around Monterey County. You're becoming legendary. And she's just done a super job here at Seaside High School, and we're so proud of you. But Mary, what are some of the highlights of this turnaround?
The highlights of the turnaround of Seaside High School, I think, have to do with a community that believes that children can reach excellence, and they have really done it here at Seaside High School.
And it's all about high expectations and community spirit, and it's a whole lot more than test scores.
Whole lot more than test scores. Here at Seaside, we really believe in pushing our students to the limit. And students are really believing in themselves, and they believe now in their future. And so it's quite a combination.
Fantastic. And what about the ball game this evening? What do you think?
Well, I think the ball game this evening is going to be another showmanship of Seaside High School pushing itself to its limits, and Palma being the greatness that it is. And we're going to see who wins.
Excellent, excellent. And again, we're preparing for the big ball game coming up, and we are talking with Dr. Mary White. Thank you so much, Mary, and again, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the Seaside High football field. We're getting ready now for the Seaside High Palma game, and it's our pleasure to have a local football legend and educator, Mr. Dave Miller. Dave, tell us a little bit about Seaside football.
Well, I think Seaside football is remarkable in that there have only been 5 coaches here, and Alfred's set the record, track record here. His 20th year, because it's my 20 years being away here, and so there's a fundamental basic core here of strength and tradition, and parents and kids staying here. Like Alfred is now coaching some of the kids that he had, both that he played with, and then he played with their parents, and he's got their kids, and he's into that second generation. Of course, he was in my English class years ago, and I coached him, and I starting to coach, getting into the third generation thing. So I think that's pretty important. I think the other thing is this community's become very, very stable since the military has stopped, and so there's a tradition that's just not transitory. It's ongoing, and people look forward to it, and it's Friday night lights, and it's all those things that you find in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and so that's really important. You couple that with good, solid fundamental football, a coaching staff with experience, people that are willing to change their approach to the game, but at the core is a real concern for kids that's year-round. It's just not a transitory fall thing, and nobody invests the time that Alfred does, and he's teaching integrity and being good, strong Christian kids, and he's got a Bible class for his coaches and kids. You put that combination together, and you're obviously going to win. But I think if you ask Alfred and all these people here, it's nice to win, but it's nice to be doing what he's doing. He's a tremendous educator.
Yeah, fantastic. We also talked to Dr. Mary White, who is the principal here at Seaside High, and she's had a remarkable turnaround in terms of some of the academics and the academic scores, and she talked a little bit about it. And Dave, where are you now? What's up?
Well, first of all, my hat is off to Mary. I've met her a couple times. I spoke at their banquet a few years ago, right when she came on board. Right was my wife was leaving here. My wife was here for 38 years. I was here 23 years. And we had some good principles and some principles that, maybe were a little questionable, but Mary is the real deal. Not just the PhD, but she cares about kids. She's got discipline. She cares about pedagogy. She's got this train on the right track. So our hat's off to her. And it all fits together. One of my early principals, Roger Kelly, said that, he said, you got to beat your rival. You have to have, sort of a winning record, and you have to be teaching these kids and treating them like they're in the classroom. And sometimes we get away from that, and sometimes you don't have that strong leadership from a principal, and she gives that. What I've been doing the last 20 years, I've had a second career here. I've been lucky enough to have two careers at both ends of the spectrum, here at Seaside and then up in the forest there with Pebble Beach, where I met Hamish years ago. And they're different worlds, but the kids are the same. All kids have problems, kids have strengths, and it's been a real blessing to have both those options in my life.
Okay, Dave, reminisce a little bit for us. Give us some of your retrospective highlights for Seaside football when you were coaching here.
Well, I was thinking about that on the way over here, and Seaside's really only had one undefeated team. It was in 1977, and we only played 9 games, and we were undefeated, but they didn't have CCS playoffs that year. And so I guess that's memorable, and those kids would say they're the best team. I thought the best teams were a couple of Alfred's teams. Carl Stevenson had a really strong team that got upset by Monterey in the second round of playoffs. I'd make an argument that our 82 team that played all the way through Christmas and played 4 tough Division I when they used to do nothing but Division I. We played Bellarmine and St. Francis and Monte Vista. All that was a murderer's row. And we, had 32 interceptions and 400 and some points, just unbelievable numbers. That team was just out of sight. And, they're great kids and great coaches, a super season. It's hard to duplicate that. Probably the best evening of my life was the week before we lost the championship game to St. Francis. We beat an 11-0 Bellarmine team that was supposed to be the best in the state, and I was shocked. I looked at my assistant coach and I said, "Can you believe this? We're going to win this game." And we were in the big game the next week. We didn't win it, but it was just tremendous for the kids and our staff and their parents, and something that stays with you. The other one was that last homecoming game here when we played Seaside 10 years ago. They were undefeated. We were undefeated. And a homecoming game of sorts, and all these guys were coaching my former players, and I'm thinking, geez, the party's over, they're going to beat us, too talented, too much speed, and we just shut them down in the second half. It's unbelievable. They went to the playoffs, we went to the playoffs, and we won 10, 11, 12 games, I can't remember, but coming home and playing against that team was just tremendous. And the best thing was after the game, all these Seaside fans and the coaches and the kids came over. They were so nice to our kids, and because I'd been coming here scouting them the weeks before, and seeing a lot of our ex-players and stuff, and it was just nice straddling both of those cultures and the kids and everything, and having both Jeff Young's career and my career come to an end with that season. It was like a story. It was like a bad B movie, but it was sort of nice to be part of.
Okay, thank you, Coach, legendary Coach Dave Miller, and we're getting ready for the Seaside Palma game, and thanks, Dave.
Be a good one. Thanks.
Okay, welcome back, folks, for the second half as both teams prepare to run through their respective paper signs. Fortunately, this won't be like we saw several years ago when there was one of the teams ran through and it didn't break. But anyway, here come the Palma Chieftains on one side and the Seaside High School Spartans on the other. These are actually they're from Notre Dame, the school right next door to to Palma. Notre Dame is the girls' school that is located out there on Iverson as well. So here we go with the Palma Chieftains finding themselves trailing for one of the first times this year. And especially against local competition. This is unheard of in terms of the history of Palma football. And they take it very seriously at Palma. They've got a lot of youngsters out, and it's almost 2 pages in length. There's 60 some odd youngsters. Lots of juniors, lots of seniors. They're a powerhouse, again, as usual. And I think they have one sophomore on their club. And that one sophomore probably is got to be one outstanding athlete. Okay, the final remnants of as the teams are amassing, getting ready for the second half kickoff. You're watching MCAET 26 and all up and down the charter network in South County. This is the first of our football broadcasts throughout the year. Here come the Spartans onto the field. Football, and we plan to do water polo and girls volleyball, field hockey. We want to have build to a point where we're going to be the game of the week, and the game of the week might be a field hockey game. And again, working with our alliance, our newly formed alliance with the Monterey Herald, as we explore different ways of modern print and broadcast journalism. Again, thank my sidekick, Louis Leader, for being here, helping out with spotting and all kinds of information that he's brought to us, and thanking Dr. Mary White as well, the athletic director, the assistant principal, all the fine folks over here at Seaside High School for being so commodious and so welcoming. So as we start the second half, I believe Palma will be kicking off and the Spartans will be receiving. And it's gotten extremely brisk. There's a little breeze. It's not really windy. And I've been here on nights when it's been cold and windy, and of course the wind comes in off the bay, and it makes for a very uncomfortable evening. But it's foggy and kind of on the cold side. But sometimes in fog it kind of holds in the warmth. Anyway, it is in fact the Palma Chieftains kicking off, and the Spartans from Seaside receiving, and lined up, and we're ready to go with the second half. And we're ready for the whistle from the ref, and you can see him with his arm raised, and here we go. Kick is down deep, and that's taken by the up man, and coming across, that's Joseph Jakubowski. Joseph Jakubowski brings it up to about the 22-yard line. The Spartans will begin at their own 22, and the Palma Chieftains have their work cut out for them. They're trailing by 2 scores here. So we again look for outstanding work from Michael Turner. You look for his brother, who's split wide to the right, Garnett to the left. Okay, and here comes Turner rolling to his right. He looks, he throws over the middle. It's got to complete. That's complete to Ronald Turner, his brother. He races up the sidelines all the way down to the Palma 35-yard line. Tremendous gain, a 40-yard gain as a crossing pattern. And Michael Turner completes the pass to his brother, Ronald Turner. He picked up a really nice block in there from Jelani Garnett. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. They come out throwing again, and they found some weakness in the Palma secondary. They play, as you can see, they're playing 15, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage, and a 4-4 defense that just invites this kind of, there's Turner throwing deep, and it's incomplete. That time Ronald Turner was well covered. As we can see here in slow motion, rolling to the right. That's Big Jack Powers, who's pursuing Turner. And a long throw in the air. And it was broken up by Austin Wall, who's playing a deep safety for the Chieftains. So that'll bring up a 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Coming into the lineup is Marcus Dunn for the Spartans. So that's an empty backfield with only Michael Turner in the backfield. And it looks like there's an encroachment, defensive lined up offsides. So it'll be 2nd and 5, although the line marker over there shows it 2nd and 6. So it'll be 1st and 5 for triple receivers to the left. Washington throws back to the right, but overthrows Joseph Jakubowski. And Jakubowski was, frankly, Jakubowski has got to be about 5'5" maximum. And when you're being hotly pursued by the likes of the Palma Chieftains linemen there, it gets even smaller. This time looking deep and throwing long. That's complete as Turner completes the pass to Mario Cook for a score. Look at this beautiful pass as Marcus Cook gets in behind the coverage, and Ricky Castro again on the wrong side of a reception. That's huge, folks, as the Palma Chieftains allow still another score as Mario Cook breaks wide open as somebody absolutely lost the coverage. And you can see the defensive backs there got kind of lost. Well, that looks like we've sort of jumped ahead there. Lost the extra point, but it was no good. So look at the scoreboard here. Seaside 18, Palma 0. And as I've indicated before, the only thing that the Spartans don't seem to be doing really well is converting their extra points. You never know, especially with a team like Palma, when that might come back to really haunt you. Those are the kinds of things that a championship team just has to execute. They must execute extra points. Now they could have made this a 3-score game. Still, you can get 2 points on the extra point here and lose. Okay, here's the kickoff, and the Chieftains back deep. It's a high, short kick received by the Chieftains, and that looks like Oliveras who brings the ball up to a pretty good position. Now that, again, let's see who that is. They're trying to pick up his number. It looks, it looks like that was Chris Vargas. So they're pretty good starting field position for the Chieftains. Now they're going to have to score. They don't have to panic, but they can't allow the Spartans to score again. They're going to have to put together a good drive here, consume some of the clock, and get on the scoreboard. Handoff is inside, brought down by a great shoestring tackle. Oliveras was dropped there for very little gain. And watch the penetration from Seaside as they penetrate and come through. And that, again, was number 12, Samson Tonga. And along with number 75, who's a formidable force in there, that's Jonathan Tulasega. And Jonathan, sorry for the mispronunciation on that name. I'm going to work on my South Sea Island guys here. Okay, the pass looked like out to Nick Marquez. It looked like it was complete. That's a first down for the Chieftains. They need a whole bunch more first downs to stay in this ball game. As you can see, the score. Handoff inside, off left tackle. Not a whole lot of room there for Oliveras. And Robeson in the backfield. That's Marcus Washington. That's Oliveras, who's dropped for little or no gain. Again, watch the speed. Watch how quickly the Spartans come up. That was number 65, Christian Chavarria. On that is stop the ball carrier. 3rd and 6. Oh, a tremendous pressure coming up from, you named it, from Samson Tongai. We see Samson again, and with the flowing locks, put the flow into Jack Tardot. Big loss on the play, and the Chieftains really can't afford to have that kind of thing happen, as Samson Tonga just ran right by a couple of would-be blockers. Punt is up, and it looks like it's out of bounds. I'm not real certain what the referee's signal indicates there. It looked like it is out of bounds on. It looks like a rather poor kick. So Coach Avila has his club over there. He's getting all the right people in the mix here. And again, from Seaside, California. We're looking at the play. That's Oliveras getting stopped, and then again you can see the penetration in here. See how the blockers are stood straight up, and that allows the linebackers to penetrate. And then you can see the linebackers blitzing and bringing down Tardot. And here's again the punt, and it is down by the Chieftains. That was Ben Laycock who downed that punt. So it'll be first down for the Seaside Spartans, and they're up. You're right. At Seaside 18, Palma Chieftains nothing, and this is a big upset. Okay, the Spartans getting all of their men in on time, and we're in the third quarter here in Seaside, California. That's Michael Taylor handing off inside. That's Parker inside, struggling forward for a few yards. Kenny Parker. And Kenny picks up 4 or 5 yards there, bringing up a 2nd and 5. Good gain on first down. And what the Spartans want to do is they want to be able to develop some kind of a running game. Lots of Palma Chieftains on the defensive line just standing up. That's a pretty good example of that. Not real crisp. Okay, 2nd down and 5 after that good run by Kenny Parker. Here's Michael Turner, back to pass, looks, throws to the sidelines. It's intercepted. Intercepted that time by the Nick Marquez. Marquez brings it back all the way down to about the 20-some-odd yard line of the Spartans. You can see the pass, it's thrown into coverage, a little bit overthrown. It was intended for Garnett, but the Marquez intercepts it and takes it in, and giving Palma excellent field position here. Let's see if we can do something, if Palma can capitalize on this. And you can, the coverage here going over and over again. Here we go, double shift to the left. Remember, Tardo is a left-handed quarterback, and he tends to move to the left side. Inside, handoff to Oliveros. Brandon Oliveros plunges forward for, looks like 4 or 5 yards there, bringing up a 2nd down and a long 6. Minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Seaside High with a commanding lead. Okay, this is Tardo now in the shotgun, strong to the left. Again, left-handed quarterback. He rolls to the left, and he's going to take it himself on a bootleg, and he's knocked out of bounds around about, it looks like about the 10, 11 yard line. He's really close to a first down, and just knocked out of bounds very close to the first down marker. But it's 3rd and a long one. The Chieftains didn't get a real good spot on that, I don't think. However, it's 3rd and 1, waning minutes of the 3rd quarter. Tardo turns, hands off to Oliveros, and he's stopped. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage, and again, that's Samson Tonga. Is a torrential force on defense. He, along with Devereaux Evans and the outside linebackers, really shutting down the Palma running game. And again, with a left-handed quarterback, they've got strong. Obviously, they've got some of their stronger blockers and so forth to the left side. But boy, Seaside has been up to the task. This is Tardo trying to take it up the middle himself, and again he's stopped by Tonga. Samson Tonga with a look at that. The guy is all over the place, getting the tackle there, along with help from some of his linebacking core friends in there. Seaside's defense has really been outstanding. Remember, this drive is subsequent to an interception. Okay, timeout called on the field by the Spartans. And wanting to go over some strategy. We're in the final minutes of the 3rd quarter. Friday Night Lights. And this is a MCAET production. Channel 26 on your Comcast dial, channel 38, 38.2, I believe. If you have rabbit ears over the air, the old-fashioned way. Okie dokie. This is actually, it's a first down. That was a 4th down. It's a first down for what is it? No. got to check the sidelines with the markers, trying to figure out just what's happening here. It is, in fact, a first down for Seaside. That was a fourth down attempt that went awry. So here's Turner. He looks, he throws out to the right, and it's complete to Parker. And he takes it. That interception doesn't stop Turner, not at all. He turns right around and delivers the ball. So that'll be about a 2nd and 5. Completion out here to Kenny Parker. Okay, Michael Turner rolls to his right, looks to his right. He's under a lot of pressure, gets rid of the ball, throws it out of bounds. He was being hotly pursued there by big Jack Powers and John Noska. And number 52 in there was Michael Carasosa. So a lot of pressure, but Michael Turner able to throw the ball out of bounds and save a big loss. Okay, so it's a 3rd down, and big play for the Seaside Spartans. And Turner back to pass, looks and throws across the middle. He's got Jakubowski looks like he's got a first down. Outstanding crossing. You see Jakubowski come across the middle, and under a lot of pressure, Michael Turner completes it to Joseph Jakubowski. Jakubowski scampers out of bounds, but it looks like there's some sort of a penalty, and that's going to negate this excellent play, unfortunately, for the Spartans. So it was looked like unnecessary roughness penalty. And as usual, it's away from the ball, and somebody loses their composure and cost the Spartans a big first down. And that was a beautiful pattern as he cut across the 2 wide receivers that pulled the defense away and opened up that middle zone for Jakubowski. So here we go, 3rd down again. 3rd down and long, and this is from his own end zone, scrambling out and throwing complete to his brother, Ronald. And Ronald Turner takes it out. Michael Turner to Ronald Turner takes it out close to a first down. So here's Turner rolling right and has his brother Ron open for a big completion for the Spartans. It is indeed a first down. So the combination Turner to Turner, and a turn. Here's another pass deep down the middle, and the ball is intended for Mario Cook. Defending is Ricky Castro. He had man-to-man coverage, and he did an outstanding job that time. Picked up his man, and he also got help over the top from Armando Castellanos. Okay, so that'll bring up a 2nd down. Bombs away here for Michael Turner. Lots and lots of passes. Here he is this time. He's going to run off the right side. He's going to pick up good yardage. That's a first down and more. Excellent play. Getting some blocking support and help out in front by his brother. So that was a designed quarterback draw. As you could see, some of the linemen were actually downfield. So that was a designed running play. Great play. First down for the Spartans. So Coach Avila's got to like what he's seeing. Seaside up, 18-zip. Okay, Turner takes a high snap from center, rolls to his left, picks up some pretty good blocks, and steps out of bounds. No, he stays in bounds and picks up a few more positive yards. Moving, and you could see some good blocking. You can also see some perhaps shoves and some holds, but Taking it out of bounds is Michael Turner. Yeah, again, he's with his arm and his leg. He kicks, he plays defense. Outstanding. I would think that if he worked a little bit more on his passing mechanics, he might be a Division I candidate, especially as schools like Oregon, a lot of those spread offense that use and capitalize on running quarterbacks that can pass as well as run. And in the case of Michael Turner, he can also kick. And he's gotten off some very good kicks. So he's pointing out to one of his receivers, Garnett, who to block. And then he takes it out of bounds at around about midfield. So in the third quarter, Palma looking for a way to get on the scoreboard. And again, we see Turner picking up that yardage on that designed run and getting a lot of downfield help from some of his blocking companions. Okay, Jakubowski in at quarterback as Turner's getting a breather, I guess. Jakubowski is the second team quarterback, and predictably that was a high snap, and Jakubowski looking and fighting his way to get back on, and he makes something out of absolutely nothing. Jakubowski is very, very quick. Unfortunately, that was a high snap over his head. Joe, again, has got to be about 5'5", maybe. And he presents a very different quarterbacking figure for the center to snap to, as Michael Turner's about 6'4". So there's a considerable difference in height there. Anyway, he made enough really for a first down. So excellent play. Here's Turner back in, completes out to Garnett. Garnett with a stiff arm. Stiff arms that time Armando Castellanos, and picks up some extra yards and came close to a face mask there. So it looks like he picked up about 8 yards on that reception and run. Okay, so it's about 2nd and 2, a long 2. Turner hands off inside. This is Parker. Parker squirms and fights forward. He might be close to a first down. Again, not a whole lot of crisp tackling from the Palma Chieftains. A lot of standing up. And you can see that's deadly for a defensive lineman. And you stand up that way, you're going to give really good blocking angles to the opposition and to stay low and aggressive. And it, again, it's kind of very uncharacteristic of a Palma team. Okay, I think Parker got enough for the first down with his fight there, giving it's 3rd down in inches. And there's Michael Turner, and he's going to take it himself. He's going to take it around in. He's going to pick up the first down and some. Finally dragged down after he picks up a substantial gain. He just simply outruns Robeson, and finally making the tackle. You can see is Armando Castellanos. So, first down for the Spartans in the waning moments of the third quarter. Seaside with a commanding lead. Again, Turner back to pass, runs up the middle, picks up a few yards. There's a penalty flag comes flying into the mix. It could be that there's a face mask. Let's watch and see. And That's indeed what it was. A big time face mask. Hildef Manzur picks up a face mask, and that in fact is really the only way that the tackle was made, as you could see, and that has to be called every time. That's where people get hurt. Okay, so fortunately, Michael Turner is okay, and again we're in the spread offense. Evans Devereaux is in the backfield. He shifts over to the right side, and with Turner rolls to his right, drifts back to his left, has a man open, but underthrows Joseph Jakubowski, and it was getting some pressure on the outside from Jack Powers. The ball one-hopped to Jakubowski. That brings up a second down. So again, we're watching a couple of key things. The Spartans are able to keep out pressure. Here comes a lot of pressure inside. The pass is up in the air. Roddy Turner leaps, and it looks like he's got it. He has it. And he just flat out jumped the corner there. The corner was Marcus Washington, and look at Ronnie Turner jump up, leap up, great hands over the top. He had man coverage back there with Marcus Washington, and that's it. That's a big play for Seaside. Look at the jump, and again with people in his face, Michael Turner completes to his brother Ronald Turner, and that very impressive score. And that's the third touchdown pass that Michael Turner has thrown, and the extra point is good. So it's 25, Seaside 25, and as you can see, the Palma Chieftains 0. There's a minute and 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Okay, so a stunning pass. Turner with a fabulous catch. The third touchdown pass from that his brother Michael has thrown, and outstanding combination. And the Seaside Spartans have a commanding lead, and it's up now to the Palma Chieftains to get on a scoreboard, get something together. Okay, the return back, a good break, a good hole, a couple of good blocks. The return that time was by Chris Vargas, so a good return. Let's see the up end. Let's see if we can see some good blocks in there. Number 9 with a good job. That was Tyler Escoto. And he was just an excellent tackle, saving tackle in there. Looked like by the Spartans, saving it's good field position now for the Palma Chieftains. Tardo up over the line of scrimmage and turns and throws a flare out here, a swing pass out to Robeson, and that worked once in the first half. This time, just not a whole heck of a lot of running room. The Spartans are too quick, and they cover too much ground for the Palma Chieftains to cut back, as Palma is not quick enough to take advantage of the cutback there. Okay, in motion is Jordan Santabanez. Good gain inside. That's Brandon Oliveras. Brandon Oliveras with a huge gain, with a 30-yard run. all the way down to almost the Spartan 35-yard line. So big first down, great run from Brandon Oliveros. Finally, they popped one, only to get one out into the open. And Seaside can't afford to let down. They do have a commanding lead, but they need to play the same kind of aggressive defense. Lots of pressure, passes inside. That's to Austin Wall is going to go all the way for a touchdown. Austin Wall takes looks like a middle screen. As you can see, the two linemen out in front. He takes it, he cuts it up, and you can see that playmaking speed and ability as he breaks clear into the open for a 35-yard touchdown pass. Jack Tardeau to Austin Wall, putting Palma on the scoreboard. The kick is down, and we're waiting for a signal from the ref. And we'll say it looked like a penalty, possibly an offsides penalty. So, yes, it was. It was offsides, and Palma we'll see what Palma does. Probably, it might be just a little too early to go for two. So, looking at the scoreboard, we can see it's Seaside 25, Palma 6. They're on the scoreboard with that long touchdown pass from Jack Tardeau to Austin Wall. Okay, here we go. They're going to, again, try for the extra point. Ball is snapped down, placed, it's up, and good. So, again, look at the scoreboard with seconds left in the third quarter. 45, as a matter of fact. It's 25-7. You are listening and viewing Cable 26, and we're awaiting kickoff here. I want to remind you of several very important events coming up. The MCAET Media Center for Arts Education and Technology. A lot of building going on, and we're hopeful that our new studio and television facilities for regional occupation and workforce students will be opening very soon over here at the Monterey County Office of Education, of which MCAET is a proud member. And also, we'll be rolling out on Tuesday a big 65-foot, 18-wheeler truck, Community Connection Broadband Technology Opportunities Program, the Traveling Techmobile. And you might want to give us a call over here at MCAET, and we'll get you to the right people so we can get that Techmobile into your community so you can get across the divide, digital divide, that is. Here's the kickoff. It's long and deep down to, this is Jakubotsky, and Joseph takes it up to close to the 30-yard line, looks like. You can see the kick coming down. His stature leads you to get to lose him in traffic here, but he's a really tough little guy, and obviously he one of the stalwarts here for the Seaside Spartans. Now, Joseph Jakubotsky is a senior wide receiver. He's also a second-team quarterback. We saw him hold on extra points. An outstanding citizen, obviously, and this whole Seaside High Spartan club led by Alfred Avila. Well, it's fourth quarter, guys, and Palma Chieftains, they're on the scoreboard, but they've got 12 minutes really to get it rolling, or they're looking at a major upset. And for the Spartans, they've got to play that same kind of aggressive offense and defense. Don't take anything for granted with these fellas. Here, that's Turner wide right, throws, is complete, not for a whole lot of yardage to Jakubowski. Well, actually it was. It looked like a gain of 11. So that gives the Spartans a first down. And the Spartans are on looks like about their own about 35-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10, and this is a time for the Spartans to use up the clock as much as they possibly can. Here's Turner, complete again to Jakubowski. He turns in that zone out there, right in front of the defensive back, and in a kind of a soft area, vacated by there's Austin Wall and the cornerbacks. That's Chris Vargas and also Zach Panziera out in the flats there. So here's Seaside's Michael Turner. Looks and is going to throw deep. And looks like his brother falls incomplete. So that wrestling with Ronald Turner was Austin Wall. That's been quite a matchup there, as the two of them up in the air. I'll bet both of those fellows are good basketball players as well. And it looks like they have great hands. So in that case, nobody won, as the ball fell incomplete. Okay, again, this is spread offense, nobody in the backfield. Michael Turner guns one in, incomplete. Fired that ball into Garnett, but Jelani was unable to hang on to it. Let's see. You can see kind of a sidearm throw in between Chieftains, and it was one hopped in front of Garnett. So that will bring up looks like a 4th down for Seaside, and they're not kind of without running the ball much. They're not taking a whole lot of time off the clock, and it seems to me if Palma's going to mount they need a big turnover here. Yeah, and here's Michael Turner's kick. This is not one of his best. That'll be about a 25-yarder, and as you can see, out of bounds. This was a previous play that went incomplete. See the kind of the sidearm. I'm sure that the coaching staff will work with him on that throwing motion as he's throwing flat-footed against his body, and he threw that ball into the dirt that time. Okay, so a man as talented as that, I'm sure they can work on those techniques and get him ready for some Division I football. Outstanding athlete. Okay, here's Jack Tardo. This time he's going into the wind, looking to his left and throws out. He's complete to Robeson. Big number 13 is rumbling down the sidelines. A good gain down to the Seaside, looks like 30-yard line. And see Tardo steps back, throws a really good form there, completes to Robeson. He's outruns Matt Lunamena, and finally it's our Samson Tonga who runs him out of bounds. Okay, Tardo sprinting to his left, throws downfield, and looks like it's complete to that's Marcus Washington. So here's Tardo, and there's Washington. Nice pass, leads him nicely. Nice catch. Not much the defensive back can do about that when the ball is thrown up and away and to his inside shoulder like that. Outstanding play. Fourth quarter, 25-7. Palma mounting a comeback. There's Tardo on a quarterback draw, brought down by, you get it, by Samson Tonga, and along with number 57, David Maposua. Okay, some outstanding work from the linebacker core. Curtis Olivares is another one of those linebackers, along with David Maposua, doing a tremendous job in there. Okay, Pardo looking it over, and back to pass. Looks to his left, and it's incomplete. It was in the hands of Brian Banuelos, and Brian was looking to run before he caught the ball. He's wide open and just juggles it. Lucky that ball wasn't picked off. But anyway, just off his hands, and I'm sure that he would admit he should have caught it, and the ball could have been intercepted. Well, Palma needs to get a first down here. Needs to continue the drive. He needs to get into, and here comes number 44, and he's under a lot of pressure. Throws the ball out of bounds. Colby Osterberg this time. Watch him come in from the outside. He ran right through the block or hold of the tackle. Puts a lot of pressure and forces him into the on-rushing linebacker, and causes that pass to be thrown away. A lot of pressure put on Jack Tardo, and it looks like they're going to go for a field goal attempt. This would be approximately 35 yards. Ball's placed down, it's kicked, it's up, and it's no good. No good. Looks like it's off to the left. That's an interesting decision to go for 3 here. And I guess you're within range. You might as well get your kicker an opportunity to do that. And it was no good. So with 9 minutes left here, as you can see, Palma Chieftains need to get some scores. Okay, for the Spartans, they need to consume some time on the clock. Keep the ball out of the hands of the Palma Chieftains, and turn their hands off inside, and up the middle comes the Seaside ball carrier, and ball carrier that time was Mark Lulamana, and made a good little cut inside, and then broke back and picked up 5 or 6 yards. This is what the Spartans need to do. They need to take some time off that clock. They need to keep the ball away from Jack Tardo and that offense. Yeah, you're looking at possibly a major upset here in county football. Handoff inside. That's to Parker, and Parker is through. It looks like a good gain. He picks up a first down. That's Kenny Parker. Kenny is a senior running back and linebacker and defensive back. Okay, Kenny with some hard-nosed, hard running gives Seaside a first down, chewing up that clock. Inside handoff, not much there. Fighting for extra yards is again Matt Runamana. And what's important now is you hang on to the ball, be a good protector of the ball, and that's exactly what they're doing. And they're taking time again off the clock, making sure a couple more first downs and get the clock down to around about 4 minutes and make it really, really tough for Palma, that doesn't seem to have other than Austin the Wall Tardo connection, any kind of breakaway. This time pass is incomplete. The ball was intended for Tonga, for Samson Tonga, but incomplete. Again, he was throwing into traffic. The other potential receiver out there was Andrew Jakubowski. Must be and is younger brother of Joseph Jakubowski. The Jakubowski brothers, along with the Turner brothers. Okay, Michael Turner hands off inside, and it's a fumble. And the Palma Chieftains have it. And picking up that fumble was Ricky Castro. And outstanding break. Boy, that's one thing you just really don't want to see happen. And giving the Palma Chieftains good field position. And what Palma needs to do now is strike quickly, get the ball back, okay? Go for two, and then you're within 2 scores of a win. So here we go. Here's Tardo, and he's in the shotgun, or with one back there with him for protection. Ball snapped back, faked inside. The back picks up the blitzing linebacker, and the throw is complete for a touchdown. The ball was to Chris Vargas. Watch this. And watch this great block in there on the linebacker, the blitzing linebacker, enabling Tardo to get out and find Vargas in the end zone with a perfect pass. He beat Devereaux Evans and goes in for the score. And boy, that turnover, that fumble could be so critical. Jumping right at the last minute was Michael Turner. And the Palma Chieftains are going to go for 2 here. And then we'll cut that down to 2 scores. And here's Tardo, back, looks, he throws to the outside. It's complete for 2. So it's now it's 25-15, and this was an odd play because the receiver was wide open, and it looked kind of like a volleyball game because everybody was standing up and jumping up and down. There it is. It's complete out to from Tardo out to his tight end out there. It looked like Rhett Gonzalez for this 2-point conversion. Well, this is a two-score game now, guys. And what we were cautioning the Spartans about was that turnover, and they got the Palma Chieftains with Ricky Castro sort of making amends for a couple of those long touchdowns that went over them. Coming up with a big turnover, fumble recovery. Now, it looks to me like the Palma Chieftains are setting up for a possible onside kick. Get the ball back. So you look and you see there's a lot of folks with low numbers, and those are the hands people on offense as they're going to try to get the ball. Okay, see, they're all running to one side, and here's the kick. It's a scribbling kick going to, and the ball's loose. Somebody better hold again. Finally, it looked like Johanny Garnett falls on it. Watch the ball go through, and absolutely nobody touches it, and then Garnett does, fumbles it a little bit, and man, that was really close as the Palma Chieftains led in there by Adrian Lopez, and that was close. That was very close. Okay, with minutes left here in the fourth quarter, Seaside needs to hold on to the ball. And here's Turner himself taking it up the middle. He brought down for looks like a 8-yard gain. Important thing, keep the ball on the ground and you keep the clock running. The tackle outside made again by linebackers and defensive backs. So by and large, the defensive line for the Palma Chieftains are being handled. Pass out here to Joseph Jakubowski. He has the reception, and he's got a big first down for the Spartans. That was a high percentage pass, even though they had big Jack Powers in his face. Michael Turner makes the completion. The completion there over Chris Vargas. Okay, so big first down, taking time off the clock. Inside to Parker. Parker holds onto the ball. No, I think the refs are going to say it's down. We'll see. Is it? Of course, they don't have, like we do, the ability to look at instant replay. But it looks like his forward progress had stopped and he was being pushed back. So somewhat of a controversial call there, but it's a Spartan ball. That would have been interesting. And the snap back and a throw out here into the flat. This is to Parker. Fights forward, picks up some extra yards, and picks up looks like a first down. It was a modified screen pass, it looked like, and he shed Brandon Oliveras' tackle and picked up a first down. Boy, that was a critical play. Critical play. Now the Spartans need to consume the clock. Michael Turner. Seaside is not afraid to throw the ball. In the spread, you more or less have to. And inside, here you go. It's to Parker. Not a whole lot gained there. The tackle made inside by Hildelif Manzour. Manzour has been quite a force throughout the game. He's been the one outstanding defensive lineman. There's been no real big sacks of Michael Turner. He's been able to avoid, and frankly has made Palma look slow with his speed and agility. Inside handoff again to Parker. No room, as Palma is anticipating the run now. As you can see, that's Manzour again closing, along with looks like Terry Lee also on the plate. So this is looks like a third down and about 8, and we're going to pass. The pass is complete inside to you guessed it, to Joseph Jakubowski, and they pick up a big first down. Boy, that was a big play. And great form there. Stepped right into the pass, followed through, and a beautiful completion. As Jakubowski reminds me a little bit of Frank Gore, the 49ers. He kind of squirms in there and makes yardage, even though he's not one of the tallest of running backs. Timeout on the field. This is Palma trying to stop the clock. That was a huge first down. And again, I'd like to thank Louis Leader for preparing all these notes and being my sidekick up here during this really cold evening. It's gotten a lot colder. It feels kind of to me like it's suddenly became November. What happened to the hot October, September, October that everybody brags about? And this is the Jazz Festival weekend where people get sunburned. Well, it's very overcast, kind of cold, but the Spartans are not cold, not by any means. They have a commanding lead with minutes left in the game. Handoff inside to Parker. Parker squirms to the left and again picks up good yards. The Spartans have been able consistently to move that Palma defensive line. And that number 9 in there with an odd number, Tyler Escoto, for defensive lineman. Tight end and defensive lineman. Okay, here's the snap. Handoff inside again to Parker. Parker just does not want to fumble. Kenny wants to make sure he holds onto the ball, and they take as much time as they can. Palma calls another timeout. According to my unofficial documentation, shows that Palma has one more timeout. So that'll be a third down for the Spartans, and the schedule doesn't get any easier for the Palma Chieftains, and they've got a really good, strong Salinas High team that they need to play. I believe the San Benito Hollister Ball Club they're always very, very strong. The Morgan Hill teams are also exceptionally strong. So it's going to be a battle, and no doubt with their Palma's tremendous tradition and outstanding coaching staff, they'll figure out a way. They'll be back along by playoff time. Here's throwing a pass, and it's incomplete. And frankly, it's incomplete out there to Joseph Jacobonsi. It was thrown high, and Lewis, I just don't understand that call. That stops the clock, and it's fourth down. It's 4th and 6, and looks like they're going to go for it. Of course, now we know that Michael Turner can kick the ball, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to pooch kick it, and it's going to go out of bounds on about, oh my goodness, it's going to go out of bounds on about the 1 yard line. Unbelievable. That's a kind of a pooch kick. So Palma will have 99 yards to go, and they're going to have to do it awful quickly, and they're going to have to look to Austin Wall, and it's really tough with a team like the Spartans that have really, really good team speed. They've got people like Devereaux Evans, and of course Michael Turner's back there, and Jakubowski's back there, and Jelani Garnett. These are quick, fast people, and along with Samson Tonga, it's tough to go that far. Here's Turtle throwing, and it's intercepted. Nope, no it isn't. It's completed. It bounced around a little bit. That ball is complete to Austin Wall. That's a big first down. And it looked like it was tipped inside. Wall made a reversal, shook off Devereaux Evans, and then finally he was brought down by Matt Lulamana. So here's Trudeau, back to pass, looks, throws, and that ball's complete, but a stunning tackle out there of Nick Marquez. The ball's complete to Marquez, and coming up to make the tackle was Jakubowski. That's Joseph Jakubowski. Okay, 2nd and 3. Trudeau back, under pressure, throws a screen out here, and brought down. Oliveros is brought down, and the Chieftains quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Trudeau barking out the play and the change of call. He's got two receivers to the left, and Wall to the right. And Wall's the big playmaker. It's on the right-hand side. He's changed the call. Back to pass. looks long. Now comes left, and he's going to run the ball, and he's going to go out of bounds, stop the clock. I'm not sure he got the first down. Yeah, I guess he did. He did get the first down. Here he is. He's flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the left, and looks for the out-of-bounds marker, and it was pushed out of bounds by Samson Tonga, just short of the first down. Okay. No. Yeah. So I'm not real certain of that. It is second down. That's right. So here's second and about 4. And Turtle back to pass. He rolls to his left and throws, and the ball's tipped and intercepted by Michael Turner. The ball was off the fingertips of Greg Stefani, it looked like. No, that was off of Marcus Washington and tipped right into the hands of Michael Turner. So he runs, he passes, he kicks, and he intercepts. Here, that could be a big fatal blow for the Palma Chieftains, who are looking for a big score. So, it'll be a question of Michael Turner, our outstanding, most valuable player of the game, with 3 touchdown passes, actually 4 touchdown passes, and the extra point. So Palma is looking at a defeat. The first time in recent memory. They were tied at one time years ago. The first time that they've lost to the Spartans. So Michael Turner taking a knee, and the clock runs down, and an outstanding performance from Alfred Avila's Seaside Spartans, as they are going to, there's Coach Avila being pursued by the Gatorade. And so one more sit down, and that ought to do it, because Palma can't stop the clock. And the fellas congratulate one another. Outstanding played game, and I'm sure the Chieftains would acknowledge that the Spartans were just a better ball club tonight. And it's a real upset. And again, I'd like to thank the fellas in the truck. Thank you very, very much to Tom and Chuck and Jesse and Manny and all the fellas on the camera, and to our resource manager, Jack Peterson. You are watching MCAET 26 and all up and down Monterey County with our game of the week, and a look at the scoreboard. Hopefully a final look at the scoreboard shows the Seaside Spartans 25, the Palma Chieftains 15, and an upset. And again, this is we're bringing this broadcast to you in collaboration with the Monterey Herald, as we look forward to working with John Devine and the sports staff over at the Herald. And we're planning public events, public forums. We're planning arts and all kinds of different things with our good friends at the Monterey Herald and throughout the county. So look forward and check it out. Watch this game. Final score: Seaside 25, Palma 15.